Oh, AJK asked a good question. Any tips for managing time or getting plans slash routines slash goals done? Struggling recently with getting things done and wasting time. I actually really like that question, man. Um, because that is something that I had to get better at over the years. I've never been somebody that I used to not be a hardworking individual. I'd say back in high school, definitely back in high school and college, I was not a hardworking individual because it was just very difficult for me to sit down and focus. And some people just say ADHD, ADD, stuff like that. I don't think I even have that. Um, I think for me, it's just very difficult for me to want like the the monotony of getting certain things done versus like um, just getting to watch something, read something, play with my own ideas about stuff, do things that are mentally stimulating or mentally creative or stuff like that. That is always overridden like me wanting to work, and that's like a hard thing for a lot of people to get over, right? Here are some tips, okay, for anybody that has difficulty getting certain things done, okay? This is a universal one, which is one, if you make lists of things that you have to do, activation energy is one of the hardest things for people who procrastinate a lot. What I mean by that is basically like if you have a ton of things to do, the hardest part is getting started, right? If you start by doing small things first and then building up to bigger things, it gets the ball rolling and it gets you mentally into a sort of work mode. And it also feeds a sort of, I don't know if dopamine is the right word or whatever, but it does check off little things in your brain that makes you feel more and more productive. So imagine you have like 5 things that you have to do, right? And only 2 of those things are really, really difficult. If you make that list of 5 things and you start with the small things and you start feeling like I'm checking off this, I did this, I sent this email, I sent this email. What's another small thing? You get what I'm saying. Sent this email, did the groceries, ran this errand or whatever. If you do those small things, they build up and give you momentum very quickly. So your mind starts feeling like you're being very productive, and that ramps up to basically once you've knocked all that other stuff out, you're not only in the work mode to do the big thing that you were saving for last, but also you've got everything else cleared off your plate, so your mind's more clear, you feel less stressed, and you can knock it out of the way. Okay, so that's one really big thing. The other really big thing is creating schedules. If you create schedules as in like this day I have to work, and you actually set alarms or set exact times that you need to be working on these things, right? Like literally set alarms. If you can literally get somebody to come in and tell you have to start working on things now. That can't always work. You need another person in the place or whatever, significant other, friend, roommate, whatever. But usually having somebody come in and tell you need to start working now is the best thing. Right now I use a virtual assistant for my business and everything like that. So actually I just have her tell me, but it is very, very useful. Having somebody come in and just tell you need to do X, Y, or Z, that snaps you out of it and makes you do it. But if you can't do any of that, do alarms. Do alarms, create schedules. You need to do this day. Don't let that day end without having done that. That's pretty much all I got for the moment. Lists, things like that. Last thing I'll say is basically, I have the benefit. I didn't always have this, but I have 2 laptops right now. You guys remember when I used to stream from the old laptop? That was when the streams used to break down and stuff like that. But I use this laptop exclusively for work. I use this room exclusively for work. One of the biggest things that will sidetrack you is when you open up your laptop and you have a shit ton of other tabs, YouTube, whatever fun stuff you guys do, video games or whatever stuff like that up on there, right? That will get you sidetracked right away because your mindset is just like, it's so easy to get distracted by this or that. You just click on this one video, then after a little bit, you wasted an hour. You always want to start a good workday by having a blank. Like, do this the night before. Set up your laptop the night before, the laptop you're going to work on. Close all your other tabs. Open up whatever you need to work on. So the Word doc, Google Doc, whatever. Start with that open, like the thing that you are going to work on, and let that be the only thing that's on your computer, right? So that when you wake up in the morning, it's time to work, you're opening it up, it's right there. Your mind's not going to wander, you're not going to go anywhere else, and don't let yourself open up another tab. Just work on what you got. That's my TED Talk there, basically, but that's from somebody who basically... I used to be a certain way, and I empathize greatly with people who are like that and who have had similar struggle. Now I consider myself a very productive person, and even if I procrastinate, I do always ultimately get what I need to get done. It just might take me a while. So for example, after this, I'm going to write a script. I'm going to finish writing a script for next week's video. That's what I'm going to do. Even though it's pretty late at night for me, I'm not going to finish the day till I'm done with that. Well, the day's technically done. It's midnight, but I'm not going to go to sleep till I've done that.